another video. So it's nearing the end of a long day. I'm gonna share our fall evening routine with you guys. It's not quite fall yet. I have decorated for fall. The kids are back in school, so it kind of feels like fall. We're getting ready for fall. We're gearing up, prepping for fall. So this is gonna be my fall night routine. This is our routine that's gonna be happening all fall, and it's just more of like an updated routine, you know, how everything is going now, since routines do change since my last one. But I just made myself an iced coffee to get through bedtime routines, dinner, the rest of the day. I'm feeling really tired. I don't always make a coffee, but if I'm just feeling really run down and extra tired, I will go ahead and make myself an iced coffee. In the mornings, I mostly prefer to drink a hot coffee if it's early. It's just cozy. But in the evenings, we're gonna be having that iced coffee. So here in just a minute, I'm gonna get started on some dinner. I do like to start dinner around 4 o'clock. I feel like the earlier the better. Obviously not too early, but the earlier the better, because the later it gets, the more rundown I feel, the more exhausted I feel with all 4 kids home. So my 3 kids are about to get off the bus. I have a 12-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old in school, and I have a 1-year-old baby at home. So currently right now I'm about to go get my 1-year-old up from his nap, and I'm going to show you guys what our routine looks like in the evenings from the time my kids get home until they go to bed, and a little bit after what I do. Anyways, this is going to be a really realistic bedtime routine, what we really do on a day-to-day basis now that the kids are back in school. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna be making some chicken, some mashed potatoes, and some okra. I'm gonna show y'all our little homework routine, and sometimes when the kids get home, they will go outside and play for a little while, and sometimes they prefer to stay in the house. Usually whenever I'm cooking dinner, I go ahead and turn on a movie, and so they can play and watch the movie, and it kind of occupies them so that I can get some cooking done because I'm stuck in the kitchen. Y'all know my husband works late. It just depends. Sometimes he gets home earlier, sometimes he'll get home at 5, sometimes he gets home at 6, sometimes he gets home at 7. It really just depends. There's really not an exact time that he gets home, so it's usually just me solo. I'm going to show y'all all the little tips and tricks that I personally do as a mama all by myself solo, how I get through bedtime routines, our evening, and this is how I have enough energy to do so. And this is just a quick reminder that everybody's routine is different. It's okay to go to bed with dishes in your sink. It's okay to go to bed with a messy house. Life is so short, and this is the mundane moments, the mundane days with our littles. It won't always be like this forever. When you're feeling like you're just exhausted and you can't continue on anymore and all you want to do is take a nap and the house is a mess, girl, just let it be a mess. Clean when you have the energy. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this bedtime routine. So the kids are going to be here any minute, but I wanted to hang up these wreaths. I found these at Target. They were $10 a piece, but they are hearth and hand wreaths, and I think they're beautiful, and they're exactly what I was looking for. They only had 3 left, and I needed 3. So in my fall video, I did not change out my greenery on my home wreath because I ran out of wreaths. I didn't have any. So I went back later and I got some, but I'm going to go ahead and switch out my home wreath. That is super cute for fall. And I'll put this one up with my spring and summer decor. And then I got these 2 to go in my dining room because, like, it's okay to leave greenery out for the fall, but I just prefer to have everything like fall colors and fall leaves. And I just feel like it ties everything in better. But I'm just going to switch out my greenery, these green wreaths, to these fall leaves. And these ones came from Amazon, but these are so pretty. I love those. When my kids get home, they use these 2 hooks right here to hang up their book bags and their coats. My oldest just takes her book bag and her coat to her room. It's just easier to keep the little ones' book bags in here during the week, and then on the weekends we keep their book bags and coats in their rooms. And then over here by the front door next to the microwave, I have a school stuff container, and this is where we keep all of their homework folders. If they have any important papers that they need me to look at or sign, they'll put them in here. And then this is what I keep in the little school stuff box. So each of my kids have their own folder. So like Nolan has a project in here that we need to work on, but this is where we're going to keep any sight words or anything, any homework that we need to be working on. And then I have their composition books here where they're practicing like writing their words. And Nolan has been practicing writing his name since he is in pre-K. That's the one thing he's learning how to do. So he is writing his name. And then this one is for my 12-year-old. So these composition books are for writing and studying after school. My 12-year-old also has a homework box, but I did a reel and I made these homework boxes, and it just has markers and colored pencils, pencil sharpeners, crayons, glue sticks, anything that they should need for homework or projects. And this all just helps me to stay organized whenever they get home from school. So the first thing they do, they're going to put away their things and we're going to get started on our homework. And then I found this on the Temu app. They have some really good stuff on there. I love shopping on Temu, but this is actually alphabet flashcards that I've been working with my kindergartner with. So they are dry erase, so she can practice writing her uppercase and lowercase letters, as well as practicing learning our sight words. And it's the whole alphabet, so these are really cool that they're all connected on this thing here. But I love their dry erase, so she can actually write on these. So I'm gonna go ahead and restock the kids' drinks. I usually keep like Capri Suns and waters in this. Basically, whatever needs to be done in the evenings, I just do it. So we're gonna restock their drinks. Did you take a good nap, Debbie? Oh, wee. Oh, wee. Hey, Papa. Is that your choo-choo? Choo-choo. Ready for a snack? Are you eating a steak and cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Yummy.
It's a real one.
Let me see it. Y'all, I also found this on Temu. Look how cute. It is like a wooden toast. And it has like wooden toppings that you can put on. Like there's the meat and the lettuce, the tomato, the pickles, the egg, the cheese. So cute. Want a snack, baby?
I don't like.
You don't want none of that? Well, there's yogurts in the fridge. This is a puzzle. It could be a sailboat, a sun, and a fish on this side. And look on this side. It's a house, a tree, and a sun. Ooh, look, flowers. Look, you take the flowers out.
There's another one.
Put the flowers in. My 1-year-old gets Love Every subscription boxes in the mail every few months. So Love Every is a subscription box service. You receive a new box of toys every few months that is catered to your child's development, age, and need for learning. We love everything that always comes in these boxes. They're all educational. They teach colors and learning and shapes and all sorts of hands-on activities. This one came with the cutest little flower set. Each box always contains a book. It also came with little chore cards. It also came with a really fun color sorting game and a bag to keep all of the pieces in. Everything is always such amazing quality, and I love this two-sided puzzle. It can be an ocean theme or it can be a house with a tree on the back, and I love these sorts of puzzles because it really tests my kid's brain. And it also came with this little flip open book about muffins and about baking, and my favorite thing that came out of this box was the sink. So it really dispenses real water. Fill it up with some water and let your kid have a blast, and of course they're going to get water in the floor, but you can choose to play with this outside. I just thought this was so cute. He can practice washing his dishes, so I put it over here in their little toy kitchen area. Wash your dishes. Wash all clean. And this box also came with the cutest little paint pen set. Jackson had so much fun sitting at the table drawing with his little paint pens. So I do have to sit and supervise him with these because he will draw all over the place if not. If you are interested in anything from Love Every, I will have it all linked down below in my description box. N-O-L-A-N. You practice your name, okay? Learn your letters in your name.
I'm gonna make my big.
So it goes in order. Look, Ella. So you open it. These are words that start with A. These are words that have the letter A in them. And, A, add, and, at, fat. A says rat, hat, van, crab. So the first one we're going to do is A. Does your name start with A?
Yeah.
So look, it shows you how. So first you start on the dot. See the dot?
I know.
Watch. You start on the dot, and it's telling you, see the arrow going down? Then it's telling you to do over here, arrow going down, and then that arrow's going that way. And that's how you draw an A. And then you can erase it and do it again. It starts right there, and the arrow's going around and down. You do it? And then in here, we've got to practice some words. So you can learn how to read. So you're going to write, what does this word say, do you know? Look at it. Like. What does this say? What sound does a C make? Can. Right. Like and can. We're going to practice those words. So these are some tomatoes that my dad picked from his garden and brought them over. So we're going to be slicing up these for dinner tonight. So once the kids get home from school, it seems like everything just all starts happening at once. It's definitely chaotic and crazy, but we somehow get through it, and routine is key to make everything go as smoothly as possible. The second my kids walk in the door from school, they request a snack. So I make sure that they have their snacks in the pantry and in the fridge stocked and ready to go so that they can come in the door and pick their snack. When they're finished eating their snack, we move on to homework, and I do have to help them. And then once I give them the guidelines of their homework, I kind of just leave them to it and let them practice writing while I get dinner started. If they have any questions, I can just walk back over to the table and help them and assist them. But I'm going ahead and getting started with cutting up some vegetables and making some sweet tea. I like to get dinner started around 4 o'clock and plan to eat between 5 and 5:30. I feel like if I start dinner at 4, then it leaves plenty of time for us to get everything done without feeling so rushed. We have bath time, we have chores, we also try to fit in some outside time and all the things. So it just helps me to start dinner at 4 o'clock and just eat whenever it's ready. And if the kids get a little bit hungry before they go to bed, then they are welcome to eat some more or pick a snack before they go to bed. They can eat some chips before we brush our teeth. In the past, I wasn't starting dinner until about 5:30, and sometimes 6 o'clock, and I just feel like we were eating so late, and then it made cleaning up take so much longer because it was later, and the later it gets, the more tired I get. So I do like to start my evening chores around 4 p.m. And these are the mundane years. We have to let them make messes. It's okay. My duty as a stay-at-home mom is to cater to my family, to my children, to take care of my children, to provide them with a happy life full of love and laughter, to teach them kindness and respect. It's all a part of my job as a mother to clean, cook, do the laundry, teach them, love them. And this all includes teaching them chores and responsibility and how to do things around the house. So each and every one of us pitches in around the house. It's not all just mama, and I don't think that it should be all put on mama. If you have kids that are capable of helping you around the house, give them some chores and let them help you. So I hang the kids' coats and their book bags here by the front door, and it's also a reminder that we have library books to read and that we have agendas to sign and reading logs to fill out. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of all of their paperwork. And every night we read their library books. They get to keep the same library book for a week, and I also think that repeating the same books to them over and over again while they look at the books teaches them the words. So their library books has like 4 words on each page, and I read them very slow and point at the words and point it out. And I just feel like it helps them to identify the letters and the words and teaches them to read. So I start a load of laundry every single day, and my goal is to finish it, start to finish a load of laundry a day. It doesn't always happen, but it's my goal, and it is a good thing to set goals for yourself. So today I washed my bedding, so I'm just getting my bed put all back together. Really, every day is different. Every evening is different. We have different chores to do every day. I also had some towels washed, and my girls actually helped me with that. So my oldest, my 12-year-old, helps me to fold and put away all the towels, and my 6-year-old Arabella, she actually does all of the rags and hand towels. So they just kind of split the load of towels and rags, and it takes a little bit of a burden off of me. So these are the rags that my 6-year-old had folded up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put those away. And this is just one of my girls' weekly chores. They have their regular laundry, and then they have towels, and they do that once a week, and then they also have daily chores. We try to go outside at least once a day when they get home. Sometimes I will take my 1-year-old outside in the morning, and it's just so much nicer to go outside in the morning before it gets too hot. But it is super hot, so we didn't stay out long. We only came out for about 15 minutes while dinner was simmering. But I usually will sit on the porch, or I will watch the kids through the front window. As long as I can see them, then all is well. But I don't like to leave my 1-year-old outside alone because he likes to run all around the house. But my older kids, they will stay right where I can see them. They will listen and stay where they're supposed to. So they were just sliding, playing with some outside toys, and they rode their scooters for a little bit, and then we headed back inside the house. One of the biggest kitchen tips that I can give you, and something that I incorporate in my day-to-day life, is to clean as you go. And then that way, when it comes evening and you're exhausted, you don't have a huge mess piled up in the kitchen. So I'm just going ahead and taking care of these few dishes that were sitting in the sink, going ahead and putting those in the dishwasher. And I'm going to go ahead and mix up my mashed potatoes and then get started on our okra. I just peeled my potatoes, chopped those up, rinsed them off, boiled them until they were soft, and then I'm going to mix those up with some milk and some butter, and then we will add some salt and pepper. I also like to add garlic powder in my mashed potatoes, but I don't do that for all of them because my oldest daughter does not like the garlic potatoes. And for my okra, I'm just going to rinse those off, chop those up. We're going to put them in a bowl with some egg. I usually use about 2 eggs, and then some cornmeal mix. Mix that up really well, and then cook those in some hot oil. I mostly go towards dinners that I can just put in the oven or in a crock pot, and I don't have to stand over the stove, especially when I'm making sides that I'm already over the stove with. So my okra and my mashed potatoes will be on the stove top. For my chicken, I just cut up some chicken breasts, put those in the oven for about an hour. I drained the grease, and then I added some barbecue sauce and put those back in for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until that barbecue sauce is cooked onto the chicken. And I also topped it with some salt, pepper, and some parsley, and it just makes a really easy little barbecue chicken meal.
You gonna take a bath?
Now it's time for bath time, so I'm going to go ahead and prep their baths. I'm running their water and I'm laying out my boys' clothes. I put my 2 boys in the tub together. My 1-year-old and my 4-year-old bathe together. Once they're done, I put my 6-year-old daughter in, and then lastly, my 12-year-old takes a shower. So my 3 littles all take baths. I'm going to go ahead and lay out the boys' pajamas and my 4-year-old's clothes for school the next day. He's in pre-K. He also still wears a pull-up at night, so I have his pull-up and pajamas, his school clothes, the baby's clothes and diaper, and their lotion. And I've been using the CeraVe because my kids have eczema. They can also use the Dove. This is the hypoallergenic Dove, and I like to use this one. It's really thick and I feel like it cleans them really well. And then I have the CeraVe wash and shampoo for my 1-year-old. And we're currently using the Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner. So both of the boys are in the tub now. I'm going to go ahead and lay out their towels. I've got my 6-year-old's towel in here as well. And I always take a towel and lay it down in front of the tub because they always splash water out and this towel always gets drenched. Say hey. Once the kids all have had their baths, I just go into the bathroom and just kind of clean up everything and hang up their towels. And if they get any food on their clothes from dinner, then they can just change their pajamas. It's no big deal. I just like to try to go ahead and have their baths done before or during dinner so that when we're finished with dinner, we can just get started on our chores.
Cause that's Tanya.
Good job, Nolan.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So while the littles were in the bath, dinner was cooling. It's now cooled off enough for them to eat without it burning them. So I'm going to go ahead and make their plates and cut up their chicken. And I'm also going to brush their hair before they sit down and eat. I like to go ahead and do this before their hair dries, and I'll put in a leave-in conditioner. I like to use the Shea Moisture. It just makes their hair smell so good and feel so soft. And I love my little Dollar Tree bath caddy. I've had that thing for a few years, but I just put all their brushes and combs and anything that they need for their hair bows, my son's pomade, anything that they need is in this little tote. So anywhere I want to do their hair, I just grab the tote and take it along with me, but I usually just keep it in my bathroom in the closet. And then this is the Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner that I use. It smells amazing, you guys.
Eat these.
What are you on?
What is on here? Mama, that is so yummy.
I know, it's delicious.
I tasted these before.
Yummy. My kids love tomatoes. These tomatoes are from my dad's garden. They are so good and juicy. So I just add some salt and pepper to them and they will ask for more. So I just went ahead and took the whole container of the tomatoes and put it on the table so they could have as many as they want. For my 12-year-old, she doesn't really like to eat meat, so she's making herself a tomato sandwich with a side of mashed potatoes. So it's about 6:30 now and we're just finishing up with dinner and it's time to get started with our chores. Sticking to a routine for young children is so important because they know what's going to come next. They know when they're finished with their dinner that it is time to start our chore charts. I can link the chore charts that we use down below my description box if you are interested in them, but it really helps us to stay motivated. And so the kids will go and do all of their chores, and once they're finished with everything, then we will go and do all the checks all at once, so we're not continuously going back and forth putting checks and doing chores. So they know what chores they're supposed to do, so we go ahead and tackle all of that first, and then we do our chore chart last. And I also like to turn on a movie either during the time I'm cooking dinner or after dinner, and it just helps everybody to wind down. And so we have a movie playing while we're doing our chores, and they know when they're finished with their chore, then we can all sit down and finish the movie. Once we're all finished with our chores, we will head into the bathroom and go ahead and get our teeth brushed. I go ahead and lay out a rag for my 4-year-old, my 6-year-old, and I go ahead and put their toothpaste on their toothbrushes. They usually use the Crest Kids, but we're all out, so everybody's using the Tom's Toddler Training toothpaste, and then they also use this Act mouthwash. I love this mouthwash because you just squeeze it and the lid fills up so that they can just pour it as needed without making a huge mess. But Jackson has been brushing his teeth as well because he has a mouthful of teeth now, y'all. And I always say that love grows best in tiny houses like ours because our house is really small. We are a family of 6, and I just feel like our house is a good size for all of us. I do not complain about the size of our house at all, no matter how small it may feel sometimes, because I know that it keeps us all close together, and I don't want to live in a huge mansion where we're all going to be separated by doors and rooms. But the kids' bathroom is pretty tiny for all of us to be in here all at once, but it's just what works for best is to just get them all in there at one time, brush all their teeth at one time, just make my rounds brushing their teeth. So they do brush their own teeth with my assistance. I do help them. After we're finished brushing our teeth, we are going to head in the living room and read their library books. When we're finished with everything, then we use the rest of our time until 8 p.m. to watch our movie. So my kids do get in bed by 8 p.m. Sometimes I lay my baby down at 7:30 and try to get the other kids in by 7:50. I want them in bed no later than 8 p.m. because I want that time as a mother to unwind and relax. It's so important to get some time in the evening without the kids. As much as I love them, I need a break between chores and between being a mom and between sleep to just relax and wind down and watch TV and just be Marie and do what I want to do. So our house is for the most part cleaned up, except for the kitchen. I usually tackle the kitchen after the kids go to bed, but we are going to check off our chore list and just sit down, relax, watch some TV until it's time to put the kids in the bed. Good job, Bubba. The flowers in there. Pretty flowers. For a smooth morning, I make sure that my kids' clothes are laid out. So I put my 6-year-old's clothes out on her nightstand. My 12-year-old gets her own clothes out. And I put my 4-year-old's clothes out in the bathroom because my 1-year-old is in the room sleeping when he wakes up in the morning. So he just gets up and goes into the bathroom to get dressed. But it just makes everything go so much more smoothly when I have everything prepared. So we always make sure we lay out our school clothes the night before. Now that I have all the kiddos in the bed, I'm going to head to my room and lay out some pajamas, get myself in the shower, and do some self-care. So I have been using the Cetaphil face wash and face moisturizer for years. And I also use this micellar water for taking off my eye makeup. And then I use these makeup remover wipes to take off my makeup. So I use the Cetaphil face wash, and then once a week I use the Cetaphil exfoliator, And then I use the Cetaphil moisturizer, and I usually will wash my face twice a day. I'll do it when I wake up in the morning and also before I go to bed at night. And then I also like to use a nourishing lip mask before I go to bed, and this is the one I've been using by Bath & Body Works. I use the exfoliating lip scrub about once a week, and I use the nourishing lip mask every night before I go to bed. And I usually have to go back into my boys' room about once or twice before I actually get in the bed, because my baby throws everything out of his crib and I have to go back in there and put it all back in. Night night, Bubba.
Daddy.
Lay down, don't throw your stuff out. Here, lay down, Bubba. Pass. Lay down, night night. Lay down. Lay down, let's fix your pillow. Lay down, baby. Lay down. Time to go night night. Night night, baby. Once the house is quiet and all the little feet are in the bed, I will head back into the living room and just try to tidy up a little bit. So the kids have cleaned up. We have cleaned up our toys. There are some toys still out, but that is perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be perfect and flawless. It's just a matter of there's not toys all over the floor that we're tripping on. We have our pathways cleared and the house is for the most part cleaned up. Then I'm gonna head into the kitchen and tackle dinner dishes. I usually have to run my dishwasher twice a day. I usually run it before dinner and then always after dinner, especially if I cook like I did tonight, where I made all of that big meal with all the dinner dishes. But usually if it is mostly full, I'll go ahead and run it again, so that way we can wake up in the morning to clean dishes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and unload the dishwasher and then load it up again and get the sink and the kitchen clean. And as for my 12-year-old, usually around 8 o'clock when I'm putting the littles in the bed is when she will go ahead and get her shower, because she stays up until 9 p.m. on school nights, and then on the weekends she's allowed to stay up until 10 p.m. since she is older. So she usually just uses that time to play on her tablet or to draw or do whatever she wants to do, really. She just can't go in her room because my 6-year-old is sleeping in there, so she just kind of hangs out on the couch or whatever she wants to do with her time. But she always takes her shower last, so I can go ahead and focus on the littles first since they do get in bed earlier. And my husband Eric actually ended up getting home around 7:30 this night. So once he got home, he immediately goes and gets in the shower. So there's lots of showers being taken. So I usually try to not run the dishwasher or start any laundry, use any hot water until everyone has had their baths. So thankfully my washer and my dishwasher has a delay start so that I don't forget. So if I do really need to wash some clothes or start the dishwasher, I can just delay start. My dishwasher will delay start for up to 4 hours. And I can set my washer to start in an hour or two, just until everyone has had our showers. And I usually try to get in bed as soon as I'm finished cleaning up. So I will go ahead and lay down and turn on the TV, watch some Netflix and wind down. And I usually try to go to sleep between 11 and 11:30. But that's pretty much what my evening routine looks like. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will see y'all in my next one.